Everyone, this is Marcel Matty. What I'm showing today is a new product from the BMI Cloud Solutions Group, and the product is called QSmap. QS standing for Quick Search. The intent of the product is to allow salespeople and marketing people to be able to generate lists and profiles and query maps based on where they're working or where they need to work. Obviously, NetSuite has a lot of search tools that are out, and they all work well. But I think that sales reps and marketing people tend not to do a lot of complex searches, and I think that's a limitation within the usage of NetSuite. I think there's a ton of power here, and we're just not taking advantage of it. So we're hoping that this quick search map tool is going to give everybody a little bit more confidence in doing some of these searches. So I'm going to go through real quick and give you a quick overview. This isn't going to be a final cut. This is just I'm showing you from a dev cut. So what I want to do is I want to get some information out there and get some feedback from people as to whether or not they think it's useful, what have you. We'll have the final release for the product next week or the week after, and we'll have pricing on our website and everything else. So today is just kind of exploratory, so I hope you enjoy it. All right, so again, we're working right inside of NetSuite. I could go through, and what the tool allows me to do is I can just create any kind of a search tool and say, show me everything inside this area, show me all customers. And I'm going to show records. That's great. I can say, you know what, I don't really want to show customers. I want to show prospects. One thing to notice is that this is pretty quick. This is pulling all of the information out of NetSuite. And it's looking at the entity records and pulling that out. So that's all good. I can do that. I can also show you that if I take this map, I can move it over here, show the records, and it's really, really quick to go through and do some manipulation of the data and see what you want to see. Personally, I'm a visual guy. I like seeing things. It makes more sense to me when it's on a map. So let's go ahead and clear the map, and I'm going to zoom into an area. I'm going to say let's go into let's say Fort Wayne. So if I'm at Fort Wayne, I'm picking this because I know there's some data in here. As a demo set, there's not always a lot of contacts, so I know that there's some in this area. So I'm going to say I want a 300-mile radius around Fort Wayne. And I'm going to say, in this case, I just want to see customers to start with. So I'm going to say, there's my customers. Now, I have the option at this point, is I can say, show me just customers for an individual sales rep, or show unassigned, mine, or my team. So it gives me a nice way to kind of sort through and make sure that the information makes sense to me. So I can give this a list and say, Fort Wayne, and let's make sure I spell it right. Sorry, I'm not the best typist in the world. This is kind of a rough video, so I apologize. So I can do that. Now, what I can do at this point is I can just go ahead and say I'm going to export this list, and I'm going to say Fort Wayne call list. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a list inside of NetSuite. You saw how fast that was. Now I click on the Fort Wayne call list, and you'll see that what it's done is it's created a static marketing group for us to call. You can see it has the names, phone numbers, emails, gives you all the information. So if you want to start doing an email campaign around that, it's really quick and easy to do that. The other option is I can do a create a save search, and I save it out as a CSV file. So we have a couple ways of exporting the data, pretty straightforward. But here's really what I want to show is if you're working in this area, and let's say you're clicking on this, and here are the different companies out there. You can see some of them have no contacts. Again, it's a demo set. This one has 2, this one has 1, this one has 7 contacts. So what I'm going to do is click on the 7, and look what we're doing here is we're pulling the contact information out of NetSuite, and we're putting it into a nice, easy-to-use window. So if you're on the road on an iPad, your iPhone, or whatever, you really have good, easy access to it. And I want to be clear, I just said iPhone. We're using the web browser on the iPhone. We don't have the iPhone app built at this point, so it's a little bit difficult to use the web app on the iPhone, but you can get away and do that. So anyway, so in this case, you can see here's all my information. If I'm doing a call list from inside, I click on Dan's name, and the first thing it's going to do is it's going to bring me to Dan. I can start entering notes. I can do whatever I want here. So easy to use tool, comes right out. I can do the same thing again. If I want to show prospects, I can show prospects. I can show leads. We have a lot more functionality coming in. There is another thing, as I was saying before, you can kind of go through and you can subtract people from the list. We do have additional functionality coming in version 2 and version 3. but I wanted to get some feedback to see what everyone thinks. Product's going to be $20 per user, and I think it's going to be pretty handy for a lot of people that just aren't getting enough value out of NetSuite because they haven't taken the time to learn how to do searches and so forth. So anyway, again, the BMI Cloud Solutions team is going to be announcing this in the next week or two, so keep your eye out for it. Thanks.